Hey, beautiful souls. It's the Van Life Poop Scoop with Vanessa Donaldson. Coming to you from the sunny Florida Keys, which I guess is why I'm smiling. I'm not cold in Canada or Alaska, freezing with tons of layers of clothing on as we were in the summer. So we're in the winter season now. But tips for van lifers. So these are tips that are going to be questions and things you want to ask yourself if you're still on that fence of searching for a van, thinking about the van life, whether it's part-time or full-time. Is it really for you? So you can go back to my previous tips that'll have um, starting with tip number 1 a few months ago, all the way to now tip number 11 today. So we're focusing today on this is trying before you're buying. So you're trying out maybe renting a camper van, and all the tips are kind of around that subject matter. So tip number 11 is fuel efficiency. Whoa, people don't think about that sometimes. They just want to hop in that, nice truck. Like, remember those kids in high school? They wanted to have that nice big truck and they were gassing up like weekly. And our kids started off with a used Geo Metro that we bought on a military base in Hawaii when we were stationed there. And then I had it shipped for free. It came, what was it called? That special shipping program. I don't know. It came with a Navy ship from Hawaii to San Diego. And then it got driven around California, stick shift, little Geo Metro, 3-cylinder thing. And at first, yeah, the kids looked at it like, really? Because, San Clemente can be a little bougie area. People were driving around in Teslas and kids getting their, BMWs lined up at on their 16th birthday with balloons at the entrance of the high school. And then here's the Geo Metro. But kids learned real quick, like, oh my gosh, mom, I'm only gassing this thing up every month and a half, which, they had to work to earn their money to put into their driving. And so they had their jobs and yeah, 3-cylinder Geo Metro gassing up every month and a half. That was a huge savings. So think about that when you're doing the van life too. When you are renting a camper, look for a fuel efficient van as much as possible. It will add up every mile that you're on that road. And then how many times a day are you pulling into the gas station? And Lord, look at the gas prices now. When we started this 5 years ago, when the pandemic hit, right before the pandemic, we were gassing up our 24-foot Sprinter van for, let's see, I think we spent maybe 50 or $60 at the pump at a time. It was so cheap. We're like, oh my gosh, we filled up this whole tank for $60. And now it's like between 80 and 90, like it was going over $100 depending what state we were going through at the pandemic. Like the gas prices just went up, up, up. And diesel, we have diesel. So that's another thing, whether you're going to do diesel or gas engine. We have a diesel, and diesel was cheaper when we started 5 years ago. It was every gas pump you went to, like, oh my gosh, whatever it was for gasoline, the diesel was like $1 less. We're like, yes, diesel. And then the pandemic hit, and then all kinds of madness happened. And the diesel is now more expensive than the gasoline. So, something to think about and to consider. And that will also affect on how far you're going to be driving, how many miles you're going to be putting on. Are you going to be staying closer to your home area, or are you going to go venture out to a different state? Maybe even cross a border somewhere. Borders are open. You can cross the border up to Canada and then go to Alaska and do all that stuff. But you might want to hire me for that kind of trip. I've been doing this for 5 years. I've got all kinds of tips for you. So on my website, you'll find my van life consulting. Reach out if you have any questions. You can see me at my website, resetwithvanessa.com. And yeah, I can do a van life audit with you, complimentary as well, just to dive a little deeper on where you are with your van life. And remember to charge your soul, not just your cell phone. Coming to you from the sunny Florida Keys. We'll see you another time. Bye.